You're not the carry. You're the coach. And the draft is the whole game. Marksmen to provide constant damage from a distance. Warriors to tank and brawl it out as your front line. Supports to provide buffs for your allies or debuffs for the enemies. Assassins to target the backline. And mages to offer burst damage. Secure strong picks, counterpick the other team, or let your players use their one trick. With 40 champions to choose from, it's up to you to craft the perfect team. Hey everybody, it's Benchmouse with the Large Lad Studios channel, and today's game is Teamfight Manager, where you coach a virtual esports team and work out the best strategy to win the World Championship. With the sequel coming out later this year, I thought it'd be a great time to show you all the first game since you probably missed it. I love this game and I can't wait for the second one. So we're going to jump right in with the gameplay. You recruit players for the team who specialize in specific champions, and then you can train them to focus on attack, defense, or just mastery with that specific champion. You can craft equipment to give them a small stat boost, or if you win a tournament, you can win equipment. Players can have a good or bad mood, which has a huge impact on their performance, so sometimes it's best to swap them out. Meanwhile, during your playthrough, there are patches that drop new champions, which opens up new comps and combo picks. For example, my favorite combo is probably Magic Knight and Sniper. Magic Knight will use her ultimate to pull all the enemies in, and then Sniper can use her ultimate to throw a grenade and wipe the team. But on the flip side, there is a counter to it. If the enemy team picks those two, you could try to secure a Monk to hopefully get his ultimate off and give your team the bonus health to survive it. There are tons of combos like this, and I think that's the best part of the game and what makes it the most fun. New champions are dropped each patch, but there are also buffs and nerfs to shift the meta around and keep the game feeling fresh. And that's what the gameplay is going to look like. So most of the game is going to take place in the draft, and that's what you're thinking of the whole time. You're thinking of combos, counter picks, the meta, it's all running through your head. Now, I'd say my favorite thing about this game has got to be the multiplayer support. It's really fun to start a playthrough with your friends and end up facing them in the finals, or maybe you guys don't even make it to the finals. You all figure out the meta together, and maybe counterpick each other, or steal each other's picks, ban each other's picks. Maybe one of your friends has a marksman one trick, and their archer just killed it last tournament. You could just ban it, or maybe you want to let him pick it, and then you can lock in Ninja as a counter pick, or maybe his character just got nerfed last patch and you don't even need to worry about it. The combos are great, but I think the mind games and multiplayer is one of the most fun parts. Speaking of combos, because they're so fun, I thought I'd share a couple more with you guys. Another pretty cool one is how Berserker gets 100% attack speed during his ultimate. If you have Bard on the same team, then he gets another 100% from Bard's ult, and he just runs across the battlefield just chopping everybody down. Or your combos don't even have to be together, and you could just split them up. Like you could have Swordsman try to kill the team with his ult, and then later Gunner uses his ult for another potential team wipe and just rack up crazy points. I touched on counter picks, but those are also really fun. Like maybe they have a priest and you want to cut their healing, so you pick Executioner. Or maybe they're low on crowd control, so you lock in Ghost to eat their backline and get strong really fast. Stuff like that is where I think the game really shines. The equipment is pretty cool, like maybe you want some lifesteal on your Berserker so he heals a ton, or maybe you just want your front line to be very beefy. And then another thing would be the traits that the players can have. You could get Fast Runner on one of your marksmen that kite out the melees. Maybe you get lucky and you have Thorns on a Magic Knight main for an AoE heal cut. Or it could be something smaller and less noticeable, like Iron Body on your tank main for an extra 5% damage reduction. Even the niche ones like Smell of Blood can feel pretty cool if you get it on an assassin like Ghost or Ninja. So that brings me to my dislikes actually. Some of the traits are just absolutely terrible and ruin your player. The good part is that you can remove them, but even then it costs a lot and it just feels like you just wasted a whole player. Another dislike is that the early game can feel very, very slow. You only have a few champs to pick between for a 2v2, and it doesn't really feel like there's that much variety early on. Like, I understand that it's so new players can get the hang of everything, but it really does take a while before you can come up with some cool comps and counter picks. Back to the crafting system, it's cool having little bonuses for your characters because they can add up and be impactful, but you can still end up getting gray equipment and then you've just wasted everything. You wasted the craft time and the materials. So because the chance for good equipment increases linearly, it's very rare that it's worth adding enough material that it takes longer to craft. So if you want the best bang for your buck, just add as many materials as you can while keeping it at 1 week craft time. Just a little fix for the complaint I thought I'd mention. Overall, I still think it's a great game. It's only $10 and I've put like 70 hours into it. If you like watching professional MOBA matches, I think you'd probably enjoy the game too. But if you're unsure, you could just wait for the sequel, or maybe grab it on sale with some friends. But either way, I really enjoyed this game and I'd highly recommend checking it out. But thanks for watching, everybody. I really do appreciate you all tuning in and letting me talk about the games that I like. It's pretty fun having my own series and sharing underrated games with you guys, but if you have a game that you think is underrated and people probably missed, go ahead and leave it in the comments. I'll check it out. We post these videos every other Monday, so if you want to see more games you probably missed, go ahead and subscribe. On your screen, you're going to see the last 2 videos of the series. The first one being 12 Minutes, which is a nice little mystery game where you're in your apartment. You're trapped in a time loop and bad things happen and you got to figure out why and how to stop it. Got to keep that spoiler free, sorry. The second one is a nice little murder mystery game where you're a maid in the 1950s and you go around the hotel trying to piece things together. If either of those interest you, go check them out. But yeah, thanks for watching. Peace, peace, peace.